Hello YouTube, Blader81 here again. I'm going to show you this HP Workstation, the z420 model. I bought this nearly a year ago and I've been playing around, made some upgrades, and for start, how much did I pay last year for this machine? With shipment, what's around 140 euros. What's about that with shipment? And so what are the specs of this machine? It's based on the socket 2011. This was the first introduction to the 2011 socket that will replace the 13 1366, and this generation. So this is the Sandy Bridge base CPU, a Xeon form. It's the Xeon E5 2670. It has 8 cores and 16 threads. Even though this one has a higher core count, this is the slowest of the high-end CPU. This one's the base clock is 2.66 with a max turbo 3.33. There are other more faster versions, but also I think one or two of them need the water cooling module to work with, because it has two fans, and some YouTubers made already videos about this one. And for the performance, it's fine. It's a fine, depending on the game that you want, if it's still supported. The RAM stock was a single 8 GB registered ECC. Yeah, a big downfall for the performance of a machine like this. But I think it was this year I bought a tower with an Asus motherboard, Haswell, with the Haswell CPU. It was a Xeon, basically 4770, but Xeon, no iGPU. It relied on the onboard iGPU with those very weak ones. They are basically only 2D with embedded 32 megabytes. Talking about the video, stock, it came with a Quadro FX 580. I think it was too old for this computer. This computer came with a better one. What else? So the upgrades. I'm going to show you how the front and the back, and I'm going to talk about the upgrades I made. As I can see, optical drive is known, no optical drives. Here we have the power button with the embedded power light. Here we have the hard activity LED. It already came from the store. This scratch. The logo is fixed. You can't rotate it. You have one USB 2.0, two USB 3.0s, headphone, microphone, and a Firewire 400. I think yeah, the 800 was already in Mac Pros back in the day. So this was not as good as the Mac Pros with the Firewire for 800. Here are the stickers. Yes, this one on the side, plain side. Here on the back, the power supply. You have an additional power button on the back, Firewire 400, 4 USB 2.0s, 2 USB 3s, Gigabit Ethernet, and audio for in and out jacks. And here's the upgraded graphics card. I'm going to show you now the insides of the machine. Here's the power supply. So it uses this cooler that it is not centered like the usual should be. Did upgrade the RAM from that server. It had 32 gigabytes, but it was ECC RAM 1600. So to remove one of them. This basic desktop like RAM. But 2 gigabytes is it's a very good amount. As you can see, this is an exhaust fan. You have the cooling module on the other side of the RAM. It didn't come with the one from this side. Here's the upgraded graphics card. It's a GTX 1660, the 6 gigabytes DDR5 version. Then they had the Super, also Asus, but it was those smaller ones, like ITX style, with only one fan, which from our read they will overheat and perform a little less than the like these two fan ones, the normal ones. So you can see the motherboard, and I got lucky with this model because this model, if you go to the motherboard codes, model number, serial, this one that starts with 7000 supports the IV bridge. That's right, you can upgrade it to an IV bridge CPU if you have a 7000, starting with a 7000 number, you can upgrade it to IV bridge CPUs, which I might upgrade probably to the it's the basically the replacement of this one. This is the E5 2670 0, and the IV bridge with the same model but same V2. It's a 10 core 20 thread, so 2 more cores, 4 more threads, but with a slower clock speed, I think by 100 megahertz or so. And what else can I say about this computer? It came with those, I think it's one of those cheap SSDs, DRAMless, 256 gigabytes, with Windows 10 Pro activated. So using the computer, it's loud. It's not silent. It's you can hear the fans, even with the side cover on. I don't know if it is something. I need to go to the BIOS. It was in the minimal fan speed. One thing I noticed is that the power plugs from the motherboard, the 8-pin, the 18-pin proprietary of the HP, they are not fully seated. I did try, but they don't go all the way. I don't want to force it, breaking the connectors or breaking the PCB, tears something, but it works. For almost for an year, it's still working very well. One of the problems initial that I have with this was the power supply. This one only comes with a 1/6-pin power. So in order to take the advantage of this graphics card, I put an adapter and set the power to 8-pin connector. So I plug the 6-pin from the power supply. This one has all the connectors, and I use the split cables, the 2 connectors for the 8-pin, and connect there, so that the graphics card can use like this as an 8-pin, a true 8-pin. Since this is only ground, I think it's safe. So what else? I like the style of this driveway. It's much easier than from the sides, from the inside, like the optical drives. Since this doesn't have, it's a bit more lighter when picking up. It's a very sturdy case. They're still selling this, but for less than 200 euros. They cut down a bit the prices. Fun fact: I was originally to buy the Z440. It was one of the most higher ends with the Broadwell CPU, which had 22 cores, 44 threads. But I think going to buy it, not going to buy it, and missed that to buy one. And unfortunately, after I bought about this one, they had the the Broadwell, but the Z440 Broadwell, but with 12 cores, 24 threads, and I mean, damn, I could have gone with a better overall machine, but I did try to see if I could buy one, but didn't have the cash to order one, and then went in the space of 1 or 2 months. Everyone bought the Broadwells, the Broadwells versions, the Z440. They they stuck with this one. But well, I don't know if I buy another one, if it's going to come with the same motherboard or the original motherboard, the V1, you can call it, and this motherboard is a V2 motherboard that support the Ivy Bridge ones. In terms of gaming, with the headed RAM for the quad channel, this is a quad channel system. CS2 runs well, 1080p. I sometimes play with the high settings, sometimes I put the low settings to see how much it takes. See the difference when they do some updates and see how it performs. And like I said, I don't have no stutters, nothing. Probably if I would go to a 1650 Super, maybe I will notice something. But with this card, it runs very well. Mainly I only use for the CS2, and I'm still going to try another games to see how much it will run. Have here a bunch of cables. Never seen so much cables here for the audio, USB 3, Firewire, audio, and the front panel connector. Yeah, the front panel connector is also plugged in down there. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video with some games.